Today, we're going to do a quick class on how to create viral content for your startup or business. And if you're wondering why you should listen to me, hello, my name is Phil Ravini. I used to run my own content marketing agency before I was head of growth at a Series A startup called Rupa Health. And my claim to fame is that I have created a piece of content on every single social media platform that has gotten at least 1 million views. So I like to think that I know a little bit about creating content. First, what is content marketing? Content marketing is the cool new way to call social media marketing. In my opinion, all these terms and words, growth, marketing, content marketing, social media marketing, they're all made up. None of it matters. Who cares? What matters about content is just putting things on the internet. Reddit posts are content. YouTube videos are content. LinkedIn posts are content. Blogs are content. Anything we're putting out on the internet is content. Astroturfing and faking stuff on the internet to rank in LLMs is content. So who cares about all that? What we care about is getting eyeballs. We just want as many people as possible to view the stuff that we put on the internet. And that's what I'm going to teach you how to do. So the first step is to actually decide what type of content you want to create. And this is what I think a lot of businesses and people get wrong. Eyeballs doesn't equal good content. Let's use Cluely, for example. Cluely puts out tons of videos that isn't even related to its product. They do this user-generated content campaign on TikTok where they have tons of videos that are completely unrelated to your product. That doesn't actually drive conversions. Creating good content is very, very simple. Essentially, what we want to do is look at our business or company or product, and we want to narrow down that target user. Then we want to look at their problem. Then we just want to solve that problem with education. If you're a consumer product, that might be entertainment content. But if you were selling to businesses, which is most of the space I've worked in with healthcare and B2B SaaS, we want to create exceptional educational content. So an example of good content is, let's use Hire Overseas, my business. We place global contractors with business owners. So I want business owners watching my content. So creating a video about how to create viral content for your business will probably attract business owners. So good content looks like, who is my ICP or target customer? What are their pain points? For us, they want to go viral on social media. And then you want to create content that solves their problems. That is good content. Not, entertainment videos when you're trying to target business owners. And now a strategy that is fundamental to going viral on social media or the internet is something that I call the Elon Musk strategy. So all of these social media platforms, internet platforms, all they are algorithms. And we can just boil it down to a video game. Essentially, when you create a piece of social media content, you put it on the internet, it's going to get pushed to 100 people, then 1,000 people, then 10,000 people, then 100,000 people, then 1 million, and so on. What you want to do is optimize the probability that your content gets pushed to as many people as possible. Example, if I made this video and it was how to create viral content for startups versus how to create viral content for businesses, there are more businesses out there than there are startups. But ultimately, you want to make sure your content is both valuable to your end user, but can reach as many people as possible. And this is what the Elon Musk strategy is. Let's say I make 2 different TikTok videos. One is called, what is the bullseye marketing strategy? And the other one is called, this is the marketing strategy that Elon Musk used to make $1 billion. There aren't going to be a whole lot of people that want to learn about the bullseye marketing strategy. It's probably going to be less than 10,000. While on the other hand, if I create a video called how Elon Musk made $1 billion with this marketing strategy, everybody in the first group who wants to learn about the bullseye marketing strategy will probably want to watch the Elon Musk video. But there are way more people in the world that want to watch that Elon Musk video. I still get to teach the same educational concept of the bullseye marketing strategy, but I now get to hit a way larger audience. I get way more views, but I still capture my target customer segment. So we want to take our content and wrap it in rappers like Elon Musk, Kanye West, any famous celebrity company that more people would want to watch that content about. That is why on the internet you see McDonald's, big name brands mentioned so often, because more people want to hear about those than smaller niche topics. And if we're shooting for virality, we want to make our content as applicable to as many people as possible. I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the viral strategies that some companies do, but if you look at them, you're going to start to see that a lot of entertainment videos are highly relatable. They're about relationship problems or daily activities in our lives that appeal to millions and millions of people. For example, if you make content about dating, pretty much every man or woman in the United States or world is going to be able to relate to that and watch it. Whereas if you make videos about fly fishing, there's not as many people who want to watch it. So when we make content, if we're shooting for virality, we want to appeal to as large of an audience as possible. Another concept that's really important to virality and marketing is essentially the strategy that MSCHF uses. MSCHF is one of my favorite companies because they just create viral products and then launch them, and that is how they make money. They were the company behind viral products like Lil Nas X's sneakers, Jimmy Fallon's gumball sneakers, and any product that you've once seen on the internet, you're like, who buys that? How did it get so much attention? There's a very good chance MSCHF created it. The strategy that MSCHF uses to go viral is they take two completely unrelated concepts and they combine it into one, so that way it relates to lots of people, but it also is unique at the end of the day. An example I'm going to talk about is their anime tax software. They took a category that millions of people across the world love, anime, and combined it with something very, very boring that's completely different, tax software. And essentially what this video game was you'd go on a date with an anime girl at a cafe, and she would progressively ask you more intrusive questions. What is your name? Where do you live? What's your social security ID number? And essentially, when you went on this date and you filled out and answered her questions, you were completing the back-end tax software. So at the end of the day, you had your taxes done for the year. They ended up selling tens of thousands of copies and went super, super viral. But a strategy that you can copy is, what is your business? What's a really unrelated concept? And how can you combine it to go viral? I think another example of this strategy in practice is Ramp recently made a campaign where they brought in Brian from The Office, and they set up a office space in New York City, and they had Brian do taxes and compared it to Ramp. They took Ramp's tax accounting software, combined it with The Office, two unrelated concepts, made something unique that no one else in the world had ever done, and they went viral for it. And the last example that I want to cover of a company that does viral content exceptionally well for their business is Autopilot. You have probably heard about or seen the Nancy Pelosi stock tracker. Well, Autopilot created that. Autopilot is a platform that allows people to connect their Robinhood account and copy trade famous politicians or hedge fund managers. So what they did was they created social media accounts for the famous hedge fund managers Warren Buffett and Michael Burry, and then also famous politicians like Nancy Pelosi. People then follow these social media accounts, they see these people's trades in real time, and then there is a link to Autopilot in every profile that would allow them to sign up for Autopilot so that they can automatically copy their trades. This has allowed them to do millions and millions of social media impressions and drive real users to their platforms. They then rerun ads on their most popular posts across those accounts, and they drive really, really good traffic. This is a really good example of a brand that created viral content that aligned with their brand values. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned a little bit more about how to go viral in social media. And if you need global contractors to actually help you execute on your strategies within your business, please check out hireoverseas.com.